Hi, welcome to the KBX intro. I'm Master Jade Huang and I'm here with Coach Joe. We're going to walk you through all the moves you need to know to have a great KBX workout. All right, let's get started. We're going to start off by putting on our gloves. The best thing to do when you want to put on your gloves is to open the strap on both sides. So once you get these things on, you're basically wearing oven mitts. Your hands become pretty useless. So get one strap on nice and tight, just like that. And then you're going to put the other glove on. And if you want to, you can kind of flip your hands up, grab that strap with your claw, roll, and nice and tight on that side. All right. If you're wearing wraps, you're also going to have that little extra support in your wrists and cushioning on your knuckles. If not, you're going to be a little extra careful today as we get started. All right, let's do it. With our feet about shoulder width apart and a little bit of bend in our knees, I want you to take a nice big step forward. Now, if you are right-handed, I want you to take a nice big step forward with your left foot. If you are left-handed, you might feel more comfortable stepping forward with your right foot. All right, so Joe's here is going to take that nice big step forward with his left foot. Both hands are going to go right up to his cheekbones, just like this. This is going to allow him to protect his head simply by tucking his chin, and his arms are naturally protecting his body. We don't want any chicken wings here, all right? So no elbows up. That's going to leave him too exposed. So arms down, shoulders relaxed. All right, hands up. We want a nice even center of gravity. The first punch we're going to do today is our jab. Your jab is your lead hand, the one that's in the front, all right? Your jab is going to extend straight out to your bag and then come straight back to that cheekbone, just like that. All right, here we go. We have jab and bring it back, jab and bring it back. Perfect. Nice straight punch. It's quick, precise, accurate. Next, we have the cross. From here back to our KBX stance. Hands are up. From here, your cross is going to be your rear hand, your hand that's in the back. I want you to think about turning your shoulders and your hips square to your bag. And underneath your back foot, I want you to think about squishing a bug, okay? So really drop that weight, all right? We don't want to lift up on the back of that foot and lose our balance. Just like that, that's also going to take away our power. All right, so as you hit this bag, I want you to squeeze your fist nice and tight. Remember, turn your hips, turn your shoulders, squish the bug. Let's see that cross. Good, and bring it back, cross, and bring it back. While Joe is punching, his other hand is right up by his cheekbone. All right, keeping it right there so he's nice and safe. Perfect. All right, let's put those two punches together. Now we're going to do a jab-cross combination. So a combination is going to be when we put more than one technique together at a time. So from here, he's got jab, cross, 1, 2, hands up, jab, cross. Very nice. You can hear Joe breathing while he's punching. He's making a sound, just like that. That breathing is helping Joe to make more power because he's tightening up his abdomen while he's punching. And of course, it's also keeping him from passing out while he's working out. We want to make sure that we're always breathing when we're working out. So one more time, jab, cross, just like that. Perfect. Okay, let's move on. Next up, we have our hooks. From here, hooks are going to be with our arms rounded, thumbs pointed up towards the ceiling. You can also do hooks with your thumbs down, but for the purposes of hitting our bags, we want to keep our thumbs up, all right? That's going to take a little bit of pressure off the shoulders and wrists. So we might need to get a little bit closer to that bag, and I want Joe to think about keeping his arm sort of attached in line with his body, all right? We don't want any wild swinging arms. That's going to really just keep you too open and exposed. We're not staying safe. So hands are up. We're going to engage the core. From here, we're going to engage. We're going to bring our lead hand back. We're going to strike to the temple and then on the rear side. Good. So from here, we have a lead hook and then a rear hook. Perfect. You can see that when Joe hits with his lead hand, he's engaging on the lead side. And then as he hits, he's pivoting on his lead foot, on the ball of his foot. All right. When he goes to the rear side, same thing. Now he does the same. He's pivoting on the rear side. We're going to think of our hooks as being shots to the temple. So nice and high. Let's see. Hook, hook. 1, 2. One more time. Beautiful. Very nice. All right. Next up, we're going to go to our uppercuts. On our bags here, we're going to think of uppercuts as being body shots, similar to even just a low hook. But we're going to think of our uppercuts as being body shots right here to the ribs or here to the solar plexus. So starting back off in our KBX stance, hands up, you're going to drop that lead shoulder just a little bit. You're going to make a U shape with your hand, U like uppercut, and hit straight to the body with the lead side, and then right to the solar plexus with the rear side. So from here, we have uppercut, uppercut. lead and rear. One more time, upper, upper. Perfect. Right. That is the main punches that we're going to do in our class today. So you have jab, which is going to be your lead hand, cross, which is your rear, hooks, go to the temple with the thumbs up, and uppercuts to the body, just like that. All right, going now to some kicks. Back to our KBX stance, we're going to start off with the lead leg knee. All right, the lead knee is going to come up nice and high. You're going to point your toes and bring your heel to your butt. That's going to make a nice strong surface for your knee. This can also serve as either a block or a little shield, keeping you safe as you kind of move in. So that is your lead knee. The knee is going to be the foundation of your kick. So if any time during our class today you feel that you need a modification for a kick, feel free to use the knee, all right? That's going to still help you build balance, core strength, and just get used to being on one foot. Now, moving on to the rear knee. Rear knee is going to drive straight forward. Again, heel to butt. Joe's going to engage his core and bring his hands in front for some extra protection. That's going to be our rear knee. You do not need to hit the bag for that technique. Moving now to our first actual kick is going to be our front push kick. So same principles, hands up, KBX stance. We're going to use our rear leg. We're going to pick our knee up nice and high. And we're going to kick that bag with the bottom of our foot. Yes, just like that. I want you to think like you're pushing a button or kicking in a door. So again, your knee's going to come up nice and high. We're going to hit with the bottom or ball of the foot like we're pushing a button or kicking in a door. Great job. One more time. Good. Make sure that you're tucking your knee before you kick. You're going to execute the kick, and then you're going to rechamber that knee and bring it back down. Now, to do the same kick with the front leg, we're going to get a little bit closer to the bag. Joe is going to put his weight onto his back leg. He's going to engage his core. He's going to lift his lead knee and extend with that lead leg push kick. One more time, knee up and push kick. As you practice more and more of your kicks, you're going to start to get really more comfortable with the distance that you need to be away from your bag. You're far more used to picking up things with your hands, using your hands for things like this. But with kicks, it takes more time to develop a sense of how far you are, all right? So don't get frustrated, just keep practicing. All right, moving on to our next kick. I want you to take your glove and tap the top of your foot, right where your shoelaces would be, all the way up to the bottom of your shin. That's the part of the foot you're going to kick with for our round kick, all right? Round kick or roundhouse kick, you may have heard it. All right, so back to our KBX stance, hands up. Joe's going to take his front leg and he's going to step out on a 45-degree angle, pointing his foot, knee, hip, shoulder, everything off to an angle. Then he's going to bend his rear knee, pick it up, and point it directly towards target, right here at the edge of the bag. If Joe and I were facing each other, that would be Joe hitting me right here in the ribs. He's going to pick it up and point just like that, all right? So on the bag, again, he's stepping off 45 degrees, picking up the knee, rear knee, bending and extending with that kick. All right, full speed. We're going to step and point, hitting with the top of the foot. Good. One more time, slow, step, point the knee, and kick. Perfect. Now we're going to do the same thing with the lead leg. So back to our KBX stance, you might need to get a little bit closer. You're going to get your weight onto your back knee. You're going to point your foot in the opposite direction. Bend the lead knee, point it towards your target, and hit with the top of your foot. You're not going to find that you're getting as much power off your lead leg, but it's going to be a little bit faster and closer to the target. So one more time, lead knee, step, and point. Good. One more time, step, lead knee up, and hit with the top of the foot. All right, our next kick is going to be our side kick. Our side kick is going to be a very powerful kick because it's going to allow us to use our big muscles, our glutes and our hamstrings. So to start this off, we're going to turn to the side. I want you to reach out and make sure you can touch that target, all right? It's going to be about that close. Step one, we're going to chamber or tuck our knee up to our chest. I want you to extend and hit that bag with your heel, just like that. Rechamber and put it down. One more time, knee up, turn to the side, knee up, extend, hit with the heel, and put it down. One more demonstration there. You're going to turn to the side, knee to your chest, just like that. That's your side kick. All right, the last kick we're going to go over today is going to be back kick. Back kick is going to be when the target is to your back. So you can think of this as somebody following you to your car, following you to your apartment. So Joe's going to turn around. From here, the target is behind him. He's going to still be about an arm's length away, so just reach back, make sure that you can reach that target. I want you to look over your shoulder, see the target. You're going to keep your knees together and kick straight behind with your heel. Boom, just like that. You don't want to over-rotate and open up your shoulders. Now we're just doing a side kick again. We just did that one. Now this is back kick. So again, back stays to the bag. From here, knees together, kick straight behind. A little trick that you can do if you find that you are opening up is if you're kicking with your left leg, you can at the same time punch down with your left hand. That's going to help you keep your shoulders turned while you're also engaging your core. All right, one more time, back kick. Boom, just like that. Great job. That's all the techniques that you're going to need today for your first KBX class. Feel free to go back and watch any of these again. Otherwise, you are ready to get started. We'll see you soon.